What's going on, people? Today I want to talk to you guys about this new contest that we have going on and kind of walk you through what we're trying to accomplish through this thing and show you exactly how we want this information done. So I know it's been a struggle and it's been a challenge getting the right people on the phone and trying to set up meetings inside of this COVID thing. We've all done a pretty good job of it. We're working as hard as we can to get as much opportunity as possible. One thing that we have identified and what we need to really work on, and that's what this contest is really about, is making sure we get the relevant information or the right information into our CRM so that when this does kind of break and open back up, which I think is going to happen in the next couple of months, we have the right information so that we can go to bat and start knocking these down faster than we normally have. So we've definitely done a poor job overall of putting the right information into the CRM. We've done a good job of logging activity and making sure the client's in there. What we've done a poor job of is getting the right or the relevant information that we need to make a deal happen. So part of this contest or part of this next kind of rollout is going to all be about entering information into the CRM, making sure that we fill that entire COT tab out. So we all know the CRM, except for some of the newer folks. We've got leads here, which in the leads tab, we've got 2,200 pages, 2,300 pages of leads. What a lead is just essentially an account, a name of a company, somebody's phone number, somebody's name in there. Once we've identified that they're a copier buyer, that they have a copy machine, we convert that lead into an opportunity. What I want to be working through today, at least the start of the contest, is the opportunity list, and then we can start ripping through the leads list as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of chop these opportunities up and assign them to different people. So Justin, you'll get 25, 30 of them, Julie, Aileen, so on and so forth. And then we're going to be calling these people and just saying, hey, I wanted to reach out to you today. I talked to you back in 2018 about your copy machine. I just wanted to update your record and get some relevant information just so we're not a pain in the ass. We just want to make sure that we call you when the timing's right to compete for your business. And I'll write out a call script for you guys as well. But that's the general theme of the call, is just saying, hey, we're here. We just want to help you. And I know COVID's been challenging, but we just want to make sure that we reach out to you when the timing is right. So could you give me some more information on that account? Would now be a good time to do that. If we look into these records, say Portland Collision, for instance, we've done a good job of filling out this first page, which is the basic page, which doesn't really give us a lot of information. We've got the probability of close is 80% is what Justin is saying here, because we've been able to solve a business problem. As we go into the notes page, not much in here. And then event history, you can see all the phone calls and emails that Justin's put in with this customer. Good information, good record, good log. But if we go into the COT tab, there's nothing here that's filled out. This is what I want everybody to be focused on for the next foreseeable future. Credit approval, we all know those. Those are very, very important. But while we're on this call, I want everybody to be on the COT tab once we reach out to the customer. While we're on the phone with them, hi there, Mr. Customer. I'm Kyle Romick. I'm with Connected Office Technologies. We spoke back in, we can go back to the event history. I spoke with Richard in November of 2018. We talked about your copy machine over there. I just wanted to follow up with you and get some information just so we're not a pain in the butt. Do you have a copy over there? Yes, I do. Can you just tell me what's the brand name on that? Oh, it's a Konica Minolta. We come over here to the current copier and manufacturer. We go to Konica Minolta. We click on that. I'm going to get rid of that though because we know that there's nothing in there. I'll do that after. Okay, great. Do you happen to know the model number on that? I don't have that offhand. No problem. And then, are you leasing this copier? Yes, we are. Roughly, do you know when the lease end date is that? Oh, I think it's 2022. Do you know that for sure, or is you just kind of making an estimate on that? I'm not really sure. I think we signed it a couple years ago. Okay, we put in July of 2022. Boom, boom. And then we hit estimated. If we know it's confirmed, they say yes, it's July 14th of 2022. Okay, we know that's a confirmed lease end date. We click the confirm type. And we make sure that in the purchase type, we say that it's leased. Or if somebody purchased the machine, it's a sale or purchase. Okay, And then sometimes there's rentals, and if we know that it's an FMV or a dollar buyout lease, we can enter that information too. But I at least want lease or purchase in here. The rest of this information, if they're open to it, we can keep going through it. On the service contract, do you know how many prints you do on a monthly basis? Okay, fill that information out. If you can get the cost per copy, great. Servicing dealer, you can ask them, who currently services your equipment? We have pretty much all of them in here. So you can click on who services it. A lot of times, if you've been in the industry for a little while, you'll know if it's a Konica Minolta and it's a main customer, they're probably with BEU, and you can make an assumption on that. If you can only get the lease start date, you can go ahead and put the lease start date in there. And then equipment value, you can make an estimation. We know if it's one color copier, it's probably around $10,000. Once we've filled out this information, thank you very much, Mr. Customer. I really appreciate it. I'm going to put a ticker in here to reach out to you in about a year or so we can talk to you relevantly about that. But while I have you on the phone, are you happy with your current service? And then shut up. If they say yes, great, no problem, I'll reach out to you in a year. No, start opening that envelope a little bit more, right? Dig a little bit deeper, and if they're not happy with it, have them try to send that information over to you. Hey, would you mind just sending me a copy of your lease and some of your recent service invoices? What I can do is put a proposal together and see if I can save you a couple bucks. If I can, great. If not, I'll reach out to you in a year or so. We have a program with Sharp Electronics where we can buy out any copier contract. All I want to do is put this thing together for you. Would that be acceptable? 9 times out of 10, they're going to say yes. But by asking this question and making the phone call kind of a soft close on, hey, I just wanted to update your record and get some relevant information so that we can reach out to you when the timing is right, you're going to see a lot more people are going to be open to that. So that's what I want us focused on here. So once we get into this tab, we figure out who the person is, Richard Bietti. We find out, okay, we've reached out to them, but the last time we reached out to them was 2018. Now we have at least enough relevant information to have a conversation with somebody and to ask for the right person. Once we get that right person on the phone, we're going to fill out the COT tab as much as humanly possible. We're going to come into the event history. We're going to create an event saying, hey, yeah, I talked to Richard. He gave me some information. Or, hey, he wasn't available. And we're going to set a follow-up appointment to reach out to them the following week to try to update these records. We're only going to be chopping these up. We've got like 130 pages, so each one of you is going to have probably 100 of these to work on. I want in the next month or two to have 90% of these filled out with the COT tab. And then we'll move on to leads and other sources that we can get information on. But the big thing here is to fill out the COT tab, to make sure that we create an event for this customer saying, yes, we talked to so-and-so, or we didn't. And if we didn't, we're setting a follow-up appointment for the following week to reach back out to them to update this record. This is what we're all about right here. Because once we have this information, when we go to follow back up with them in a month, a year, or 2 years from now, we know what we're talking about, we know what they have, and we know when to call them. One thing we cannot forget is once we get some information from this client and we start plugging in this stuff and we get a little bit from them, we send the credit approval in. I don't really want you guys sending a credit approval in unless we get some information. But it's okay if you do as well. Just make sure that once you get the credit approval, we go back into the record and we click approved, pending, they're on a PG, or they were declined, and what the date is that you got that information from. Because if this record or this lease is up in 5 years from now, we want to know, oh, we put a credit approval in 2020, we probably should update one. Or we reach out to them in a month and they say, yeah, I'm ready to go. Oh, we got a credit approval a month ago. Okay, I can bank on that. That's still probably accurate. So again, just to recap, we're going to go into the opportunities list. I'm going to assign these accounts to you. I'm going to chop them all up. Justin will get some, Julie, Aileen, everybody will get their own little allotment. We're going to be calling through these accounts and updating the records. Once we get into the account, you're going to go line by line, one by one. You're going to identify who the person is or the contact is. You're going to look in the event history, find out when the last time we talked to them was and what that was about. Once we get them on the phone, we're going to jump into the COT tab and go line by line. Hey, just want to reach out to you real quick. Wanted to update your record and make sure that I put the right stuff in here so that we're not a pain in your ass calling you all the time, and find out when a good time would be to reach out to you. Currently, do you guys have a copier? Yeah, I know you do. Okay, is it a Konica Minolta? Okay, great. Who services it? Okay, good. And then when is the lease up on that copier? Oh, okay, great. Thank you. Is that confirmed? Do you know that for sure, or are you just kind of making that up? Are you just making it up? No problem. Is there any chance I could reach out to you in a week or so just to get the exact date, just so I'm not a pain in your butt? Okay, oh, if they give it to you, keep ripping through this. Oh, what do you have for a service contract? How many copies are included? Okay, great. Are you happy with your service? No. Would you mind sending me the information over so I can put a proposal together for you? We have all these programs available where we can buy out any contract. Sharp Electronics pays for that. I just need some of the information so I can give you an accurate quote. Okay, great. If they give you the information, you're done inside this account. The last thing you need to do is put a credit approval in and update that on here with the, if it's approved, pending, guaranteed, or declined, and then when that date was that you put that information in. If they give you no information or you can't get a hold of that person, you come back in here, you create an event saying, hey, I left a voicemail to Richard, follow back up in a week to get the information relevant in the COT tab. And that's it. And you will be incentivized on filling out the COT tab. However many you can get with the credit approval is what you're going to be incentivized for this points program. Again, if you guys have any questions on this, you can reference back to this video or you can reach out to us. But we're going to work towards this as a team to try to get as much of this information as possible.